Welcome, guys, to our video of the week. I am Kenneth Dennis, and I'm so excited to have you guys on for our topic, which is going to be how do you own your local market as a tax and accounting professional? And this is one of my favorite subjects because before, if you really think about this, right, before you could become a rock star, right, a global rock star, you must become a local rock star, right? You can't become the biggest in the world if you're not the biggest in your local community. It's the same thing for a business, right? If you're not the biggest in your local community, how could you be the biggest when it comes to the country, nationwide, different things like that, if you're trying to build a tax and accounting business at that scale? So what I want to talk about is how do you become the local go-to person in your local area, right? When people think about taxes, think about accounting work, think about bookkeeping, think about tax planning, they think about your name. For instance, if you're in Milwaukee, right? And somebody's thinking about, oh, I got to get my taxes done. They're not thinking about going to H&R Block or TurboTax. They're thinking about going to Joe Schmo's, tax services, right? How do I place you in the customer's mind where as soon as they think about taxes or accounting work in that local area, they think about you? And I'm pretty sure that you would generate a lot of money if every single time a person thought about you in their local area, okay? But before we get started, guys, please make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. It motivates me. Then as well, it helps with the algorithm so more people see our videos, and I'm gonna produce more free content for you guys, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head to my iPad and we're gonna get to work like we always do, okay? So how do you become the #1 tax professional in your local area? The first thing that you must do is create local events where you educate people on taxes. I'm gonna tell you why this is so important. If you guys have ever seen any of my videos, I talk about how do you sell tax planning, the theory around selling tax planning. Tax planning is sold through education because there's a major void in society where most 99% of Americans don't believe that they can save money on taxes, or they think that it's only reserved for the top 1%, or it's illegal, or it's X, Y, Z. There's not enough information. They're not as educated on it. So when you create content and educate people on the subject and let people know it's possible, and there's X amount of strategies, if you're a real estate investor, if you're an HVAC company, or whatever the case may be, you become the go-to person for them, period. Okay. So now we take that concept, right? How do you do that in your local market? Well, it's the same thing. You go out and you do small little events at small hotels or little speaking events where you literally pop up a subject. 5 ways you can save on tax as a real estate investor. Meet me here at 8 p.m. At the Sheraton, right? And you do a presentation. So for an example, right? There's a lot of leads clubs that you guys can join, right? Let's say if you live in the Milwaukee market, there's a lot of leads clubs that you guys can obviously go out and join and different things like that to really start to build a book of business and put yourself in the right room with the right people to start doing speaking events. So for instance, right, if you want to go online and go to an Eventbrite, there's a ton of people who are constantly having real estate meetups with this, that, this. You go to one of those events, you meet people, you tell them you're a tax and accounting professional. You would love to put on a free event for them, no charge, to simply educate all of your real estate professionals on how they can save money on taxes. That right there works 99% of the time. Most tax professionals aren't willing to do that. So you're going to get the lion's share of the business. B, it's free content. And C, just like I was talking about, 99% of Americans have no clue how to save money on taxes. So you're giving them such a unique education where they're going to take it. And once you have that event, you're going to be the go-to person because now you're educating them on a subject they had no clue about. And you do that enough times in your local market, when they think about taxes, they're going to think about one firm. And that's what we did in our local market. Was we really did a lot of local events and became the local go-to place because we're the only people educating people about this type of stuff, right? And that's kind of what happens. So that's how you become the #1 person in your market, okay? The next thing is it comes down to your service offering, okay? So just like what I was talking about, you can't really start to do a lot of local events if you're just talking about, hey, this is how you file your taxes if you're a W-2, or hey, this is how bookkeeping works. That stuff's boring. I talk about this day in and day out. That type of stuff bores people to death where they want to literally fall asleep. Saving money on taxes is a sexy subject. People want to keep money in their pocket. Let me repeat that. Saving money on taxes is a sexy subject that will keep people's attention. Talking about basically, bookkeeping and keeping proper records and stuff like that. It's just not a topic that's going to keep people's attention. Tax preparation and talking about, you filing your taxes is not going to keep people's attention. It's just not. But talking to people about, hey, did you know that there's a loophole, right? Or you could leverage cost segregation to help you accelerate depreciation and push more cash into your pocket so you can acquire more property. That's a sexy topic that will keep people's attention. So it comes down to, what is your service offering, right? To take over a local market, you have to educate a market. But to educate a market, you have to have people who are willing to sit down and listen to you, right? So for them to be willing to listen to you, what are we teaching them, right? So our service offering, right, like I preach, has to be tax planning. You must really educate your market and offer a service like tax planning, because you can teach around it, right? It's high priced, which means you can afford to do local events. A lot of your local events are going to be free anyways, but it might cost you 300, 400 bucks, maybe 500 bucks to do an event at a Sheraton or whatever the case may be. And you close one tax plan at $5,000, you pay for the whole event, right? So you have to have a wide enough product offering, right, to make the margins make sense, right? So that's why you want to offer tax plan. You can't offer preparation where I paid $400 for an event and only got paid $200 for a W-2. It just, you're going to be upside down. So tax planning is the service offering you must offer to take over a local market, just because of the way you can educate people, the sexiness of the topic, the fact of it's such a high ticket service offering, the margins there where you can go out and do events. It's just the perfect product. And obviously you can start with tax planning, then you can sell your bookkeeping services, different things like that. Accounting cleanup, whatever the case may be. All right. All right. So after that, what follows to take over a local market is going to be content, just like what I'm doing now, right? This is going to be a very, very important topic, because once you start doing a lot of events in person, you have the right service offering. What do you think is going to happen? People are going to start looking you up. People are going to be like, wow, who is this person? I got their card. Let me search them on Google. I did that for a long time when I would go to local events, right? Now that's when, do you have a website that's set up properly? If you do not have a website set up properly, go to one of my YouTube videos where I talk about the 5 things you need to have on your website. The next thing is, are you producing content? Do you have ebooks? Do you have, blogs, content where the relationship doesn't stop? They got educated from you, but could they go online and still continue to get educated and go down that rabbit hole, right? You want your clients to go down a rabbit hole. Once they go down that rabbit hole, they're going to call you and be like, hey man, I saw you at the event. I went to your website, saw what you've been doing. Hey, what does, a tax plan engagement look like? I have this XYZ issue. Boom, boom, boom. Have the conversation. Then boom, you just, close a $10,000 engagement. And those deals drop out of the sky all day long by just simply doing this and owning your local market. So again, when it comes to content, what does content look like, right? Content might look like just producing blog posts, right? Might look like doing videos. A lot of us might not like doing videos though. It's okay. You don't have to do videos. It's really up to you and kind of what you want to do. The next thing might just be, producing like an ebook or something like that, right? You just want to produce some type of content where the relationship could continuously go and they understand exactly kind of what's going on. I know a lot of us professionals, a lot of us got into this business because, not a lot, I wouldn't say got into this business, but we've sustained our business because of referrals, right? That's been our main way we've been able to get to where we need to go. You got to put effort on this type of stuff, but it's just, damn, how do I get started? The whole process, all that type of stuff, right? But just simply doing a local event, the amount of referrals that you're going to get from that and just goodwill and conversation without even doing the content. Let's just say you just did events. Just that, simply doing that and having that frequency out in the market, educating people on taxes, which in your market, 99% of your competitors are not doing. Just doing that will generate enough buzz to continuously give you deal flow. This just amplifies it. It takes it to another level where you're just going to be willing and dealing. Okay. Then following that, guys, is testimonials. That's going to kind of be our last piece that we're going to talk about is testimonials. And once you've kind of done some really good work with people, oh, that's not it. Once you've obviously done some really good work with people, right? You've kind of gone through the process. Testimonials, you know, you really want to make sure at the end of all of your engagements, you get people to do a video testimonial. Very, very important, right? Just talk about, hey, you know, why did you decide to work with us? How was your experience after working with us? You know, why would you recommend this to somebody else? Rewind this video on those 3 points. If you can give them a little script where they could just answer those questions and record a video for you, and maybe you give them a discount on their next year's tax returns, and just build a little database of testimonials that are on your website. You get 5 or 6 of those things, right? Now think about this, right? Think about the system I just taught you guys. So I really want to take this high level now. Okay. So I just taught you guys a system without you guys really understanding what the system I just taught you, but I'm gonna pull it all together. So I just taught you how to basically take over a local market. What's the number one thing you have to do? Is you want to start doing local events. Local events, what is that going to do? That's going to start creating frequency and buzz, right? Frequency / buzz. It's going to start bringing attention to you, right? The next thing is you must make sure you have the right service offering. The right service offering will allow you to charge high fees, as well. It'll allow you to basically educate on a subject that's interesting to keep people there, right? The next thing is content, because now you've educated them on a subject that they had no clue about. You've been doing this within your local market. Now you're creating a lot of buzz. When you're doing that, people are going to start searching you now, right? Now people start searching you. You have content to educate and deepen the relationship. Now, when they've seen more content on you, they're still on your website searching, and now they're seeing proof and testimonials. So by the time the person goes to your event, you have the right service offering. They're interested in what you're talking about because they've never heard about saving money on taxes. They look you up to try to find you. You have good content that continuously educates them. They start to see testimonials. So now they truly believe in you. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to start creating a flywheel, right? A flywheel is something that where it just keeps repeatedly happening of customers. You just created a local market flywheel for yourself where you could repeatedly get customers day in and day out. That's what you literally just did in your local market. And that's the system that I was kind of pulling together for you, which now you can see having the right service offering. So people are being actually educated and want to actually sit down and listen to what you're talking about, going out and doing an event so they actually get educated. Once they're educated, they're going to look you up, having content online. So now when they look you up, it deepens the relationship. They trust you even more. Having testimonials work. Wow, this person is the real deal. Boom. And the flywheel starts. And you'll get business day in and day out, and you'll own your local market. Okay, guys? So again, if this was a good video, please make sure you guys comment below with any questions or any concerns about that. I hope you guys found that very interesting, but that is exactly how you own your local market. Okay, guys? Thank you again. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.